All right, this is a fabulous classic standard by the great Antonio Carlos Jobim called Wave. There's some really cool stuff happening in this tune, and I think the best place to begin is to talk about the chord progression, the harmonic structure. Let's do an analysis of the harmonic structure before we start digging in and learning to comp through the tune and then play a chord melody on this tune as well. Okay, so the first thing that happens is with this little vamp section. So it's just a 2-5 actually, and the 2-5 is in the key of C major. But the key signature, as you can see, is two sharps in the key of D major. So what the heck's that about? It's a clever little thing that's happening here. He's using the parallel minor. In other words, the minor, the key of D major is the two sharps, but he's starting on D minor, parallel minor, and he's doing a little, 2-5. Right, and we're not going to talk about voicings and stuff like that right now. I'm just going through the meat and potatoes foundation of the chord progression itself, so harmonic analysis. Okay, so 2-5, 2-5, 2-5, 2-5 in the key of C. If you want to play solo over this section, you're going to be soloing in the key of C in some one way or another. Okay, and then it would see listen to what happens when we go to the body of the tune. So it gives you that, lifts up when you get to that D major. It's a lovely, lovely change. And then to the B flat diminished, and which leads to the A minor, which is and then the A minor sets up an A minor to a D7 with a flat 9. And so that's the A minor 7 to the D7 is a 2-5 in the key of G major. And that G major is the 4 chord in the key of D major, right? So really it's just a roundabout way to get to the 4 chord, right? Very common change. It happens in hundreds of standards, right? That 2-5 leading to the 4 chord, something you should probably look at. And then this is a really great change as well. We're going from the 4 major, like from the 4 chord, to the 4 minor chord. Again, another example of parallel minor. This chord comes from a composite key, like a D/D minor key, right? So that's you get this if we play the G major in just triads, for instance, G major, and then the G minor, right, and which normally would go back and resolve to a D, but we're doing other more clever stuff than that. Okay, and then the F sharp 13, F sharp 7, sharp 5. That's a lot of sharping 5s and 13s and stuff. But it's really just a 3 chord that's being used. 3 chord D, E, F sharp, right? It's the F sharp. It would normally be an F sharp minor, but it's a secondary dominant. And then it cycles down to the B7. And then essentially just cycles to the E7 with the 2 in front of it. And then the B flat 7 leading to the A7, right? Which sets up and you think you're going to go to D major at this point, but he again plays with the parallel minor. right? So you've got that cycle, F sharp, B7, E7 essentially, another, and then you've just got the B flat leading to the A7, sort of a delayed resolution to that A7. So if effectively you've got, and then, so that cycle, right, is cool. And then once we get through the A section and go to our second ending and our little vamp routine there again, we go up to 2/5 to an C, and then you would expect that to resolve to 2/5 to resolve to the F major. But instead of resolving to the F major, it resolves to the 3 chord of F major, and which is just, you know, they're very closely related, and it's just a more ambiguous resolution. And then the A, right? But if I could go to the F, and then how closely related they are, right? And then it does a sequential thing where it's exactly the same trip down a semitone, down a tone. I'm sorry. And then to exactly the same kind of thing, and then it turns back around to the D major again. And then G minor, and then the cycle. I'm not getting into the, you know, the more interesting chords yet, and then we end up back at that from as we had at the top. Tons of great players have played this tune because it's just a great tune, and one person that really sticks out that I heard play this tune way back in another time was George Benson. He just did a killer rendition of this tune, and I really suggest you listen to that. All right, there used to be an album, a record label called CTI, and a lot of arrangements were done by a guy named Don Sebeski, and he loved using George on a lot of his sessions. Okay, so give that song a listen to begin with, and then when you're sort of gently working your way through it, and just listening to the chords, make sure you know where they're all coming from. Okay, good. And we're going to come back to this tune and take a look at some specific chord voicings. I prefer to learn stuff with music at the core. And so it's more fun when you're taking a look at chord voicings that are related to a specific tune, and you have a context, a harmonic context that you can listen to those chords in. And those chords, chords also get their quality from where they are used, the harmonic context of where they are being used. So it's not just a chord gets its sound just by being by itself. It's all about the progression and the harmonic structure of the harmonic context, if you like. Okay, that's it for today for this one. This is just the first one of Wave. The next one is going to be a chordal vocabulary of useful chords. And if this was help to you, let me know. Like, subscribe, that would be really great. Comments are much appreciated. Give me some comments, please. Like, say anything, as long as it's like within nice parameters. And because we want to know if we're doing something here that's of any value at all. And I don't spend a lot of time on social media and junk. So if you want to say, yeah, man, I really learned something. Thank you very much. That's all I need, right? That's it. Is that so hard? Okay, so let's move on to the next phase of this great standard. And the more you learn in a standard like this, the more you're going to learn in every standard, because they all have tremendous similarities. All right, Wave by the great Jobim, and we'll talk real soon.